Hi guys, it's Thursday and I'm due to go back to Bellingham on Saturday, and I've just gotten an email that I've been not waiting for but anticipating, I guess. My flight back from Bellingham on Sunday, so a week from this Sunday, has been canceled. But my flight there hasn't been canceled. So I'm in this awkward situation where I can get there and I can book a new flight to come back, but I'm wondering when I get there, will I be stuck there? I mean, I guess if I go and the new flight that I booked gets canceled, I can't work here right now. I mean, all of my piano clients have asked to reschedule their appointments, and the piano store that I work at is closed for 2 weeks. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not doing anything here really. So if I got stuck in Bellingham, I'd just work on the boat for another week, assuming that I can book the hotel for another week. Yeah. All right, well, I did say that coronavirus and zombies won't stop this project, so we're gonna do this. Even if my flight out tomorrow, not tomorrow, on Saturday, gets canceled, I may just get in my car and drive there. It's about 15 hours of driving, but if I'm in my car, I can stay for a couple weeks and it'll definitely be worth it. So, yeah, we'll see what happens next. Hey guys, it's Saturday morning and it's early, 6 a.m. I did make it to the airport, as you can see, but I'm much earlier than I thought I would be, just because they canceled the original flight I was on. I guess enough people called in and canceled their trip that they didn't have enough to fly the airplane. So they tried to push me to Sunday, and instead I called and got on an earlier flight today on Saturday. But yeah, I'm flying out of San Jose.
Attention to the terminal, Southwest Airlines flight 4144.
It's mostly empty.
We'll begin boarding shortly at gate 23.
Quite empty.
Again, Southwest flight.
I mean, it's early, so I don't expect a ton of people, but
now boarding out of gate 23.
I think maybe I've seen 30 people at most. So, yeah. Hopefully it's a good flight. Well guys, I made it. It's a really nice day right now. A little bit overcast, and there's really good news. Yep, that's the centerboard, and it has come down. So it was just kind of stuck on the back edge there. So I'm gonna have to shorten that back edge just a little bit and make sure that the paint doesn't interfere. So my next problem is that here, this guy is one of the side pins that I took out, and this big guy here is the pivot pin that the whole centerboard pivots on. So I was trying to use the side pin to hold up against the center pin to hammer it out, but it wouldn't come out. So I need to work on that a little bit and see what I can do. But that's got to come out so the centerboard can come down and I can refinish the paint on that and get the inside of the centerboard box paint refinished as well. But yeah, it's down, so that's great. Anyway, let's go up top and have a look at the OSPO treatment, the rust treatment that I did. We got a new neighbor here too as well. Yeah, let's go look at rust treatment. All right, here's what we got for rust treatment. You can see that a little bit of condensation has run down this guy. The water doesn't look rusty, however, you can see some kind of brown coloration over there. So it's gonna need a second coat. That's the one that I wire brushed, so that should be the best of all of them. The white crystals are some of the rust treatment and some leftover paint. So this guy is the one that I sanded. See if I can use my flashlight on my phone to give a little bit more light for this. So well, I don't think that's condensation. I think that's overspray from the tiny bit of sandblasting I did yesterday. So this one's still showing a little bit of rust as well. And this guy is the one that I did nothing to. And I mean, it had the most white paint to start with. So that's the streaks of white that are in there. But to me, they all look the same. None of them is significantly more rusted than the others. And they all need a second treatment. So let me take this pry bar and give it a little scrape. Yeah, so that didn't really do anything. Not on here. That also hasn't really done anything. And on this guy. Same result. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll just go through and get all the sand off here, make sure everything's clean, and anywhere that there's a lot of paint, you know, like maybe those areas like that, I'll sand those up, and then I'll just spray the OSPO on the rust as a habit. And if it's super rusted, you know, like over there by the window there's a spot that's really rusty, yeah, then I'll do some extra sanding. But yeah, I think this is going to be a lot less work than I thought it was going to be. So yay! Good morning, guys. It's Tuesday morning. It's about 9:30. I slept in today because I've been working very hard on the boat. I don't know if you can see how dirty my shirt is here, but yeah, this morning though I woke up to some it's good news for the health of everyone, but it's kind of uncertain news for me right now. The governor for the state of Washington has issued a stay home, stay healthy order, and basically it's the same thing that I left in San Francisco, where they're calling it a shelter. One of the front desk workers here said that they weren't sure and that they were being ordered to shut down, and I'd have to talk to the general manager. So I think the general manager is here, and I'm gonna go and talk to them and see what happens. If they close down this hotel, I guess I'll have to change my flights and go home. So I'm willing to stay here and still go and work on the boat, because working on the boat is about as isolated as I get. There's no one else around me. Well, Dan is in the building next door, but he's working constantly, and I'm working constantly, and we're making a bunch of noise, and it's messy work, so no one else comes near us when we're working. And here's your answer. We're back in business. Yeah, so the hotels are on the accepted list of jobs, and the hotel knew it. However, they aren't taking new reservations, so if you hadn't made it there before the order came out, they wouldn't let you stay, which is sensible. And here at the Boatyard, everything seems to be running as normal. The package delivery is a little bit different. They've made a little container outside of their office where it's just open, so you go in there and get your package and leave, so that you don't have to see or be within 6 feet of other people, and the office staff are protected that way. Other than that, there are barges that have come and gone, and they hoisted a big crane off of a barge the other day, and there's a train going by right now. Yeah, so the Boatyard here does work for commercial barges and shipping systems, so they're part of the transportation industry, I suspect. And that's why they're still open and operating. But in reality, they have 2 days to close if they're not part of that. So I guess we'll see a couple days from now if they've closed the office. Morning, guys. Finished up all of the OSPO rust treatment yesterday, and man, it's looking really good in here. It's nice to see that the bilge is clean. You can clearly see the lead that they use for the ballast down here. So that's going to be a water tank issue that we'll have to sort out later. I also want to clean up some of the jagged edges that are kind of rolling up on that and get a nice fillet there so that there's no crevices under there that aren't being protected and coated well with paint. You know, little cracks in between places are spots where water settles, you know, sand and dirt gets in there and it gets rusty, and then you end up with holes in your boat, in your steel boat. So we get those fixed up. Yeah, but doesn't it look really nice in here? I mean, everything is coated. It doesn't smell very nice right now. The rust treatment smells like the vinegar Easter egg dye, but like you're using rotten eggs. So it's a little bit stinky, but that smell goes away pretty fast. It's already tolerable inside of here. So I hope you enjoyed the work that we did this episode and the result of it. I'm really motivated by this result, so I'm super excited to weld up all the holes and get paint in here. And especially I can paint underneath where your camera is right now and get the engine back in there. Yeah, pretty soon I think we're going to do that, probably as quick as I can. And then next episode, I don't know, maybe, well, definitely we're going to sandblast the deck. I'm all set up to do that, so I better get going on that. I've got to cover up these hatches here with plywood like the other ones on the side so that they're a little more water resistant, and we try and keep as much sand out of the boat as possible. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and like and subscribe below if you haven't. Tell your friends if they're interested, and we'll see you next episode.